Welcome to Module 2 of Advanced Economics. In this module, we turn to macroeconomics, which is the study of the economy as a whole. Now that phrase, the economy, is a word you hear thrown around all the time. In the news, people will say, oh, the economy is trending up. Or you'll hear, it was a rough month for the economy. In political races, when people are talking about what's really important, they'll say, well, what's the state of the economy? Or what's your plan for fixing the economy? And what do people mean when they use that word, the economy? Well, when macroeconomists are trying to get a sense of the overall economic health of a country, in other words, the health of a country's productivity in goods and services, there are three main questions they're looking to ask. First of all, is a country effectively producing the goods and services its citizens need? Second of all, are the citizens of a country meaningfully employed in jobs that they're looking for? Thirdly, are households in a country able to access the goods that they need? And particularly there, are they able to access it given the prices of goods and services in a country? So to measure these three things, productivity, employment, and prices, macroeconomists use three statistics which are critical to the study of economics. The first one, for productivity, is gross domestic product, or GDP. GDP is a measure of all the stuff that gets produced in a country in a given year, and we'll analyze that more closely in this unit. The second one, for employment, is the unemployment rate, and the unemployment rate measures what percentage of a country's workforce is looking for a job but can't find one. And the third one is inflation, a measure of how a country's price level changes from year to year. Now, many people have been critical of these statistics because you could argue that they're not actually measuring what's most important in a country. Just to boil down how a country is doing to one number seems like, well, it might be a bit reductive. And even though it is really helpful to be able to quickly compare between one country and another one, or to measure the health of a country over time, we do want to be mindful of ways that potentially focusing on these statistics too much cannot be healthy. So at the end of the unit, we're going to think about some of the criticisms that have been levied at these economic statistics. Most famously, Robert Kennedy, in a speech about GDP, says that GDP measures everything except that which is important for living. And so we're going to look at the criticisms of each of these statistics and think about the ways in which potentially focusing on the economy can lead us into decisions that might not be healthy for a country. Now, next unit, we'll think about how for governments and for policymakers, the decisions that they make can affect these three statistics. Until then,